Hello.
Hello.
Whoops. We're live. I forgot to turn the sound off on my phone. Apologize. Well, at least we know the
You never know who will call. You know, you might be winning the lottery. There you go.
Right? It's your notification. Aley's live, everybody. No.
Live on Kelly's. Yeah.
Live from Kelly. So, friends, this is a new segment that I am trying out. Some people, when I was live last week, I asked, and they said that they thought it was a good idea. So here I am, biting the bullet and jumping into the pool. So this is sort of like a chat podcasty kind of thing, not really an interview. And I couldn't think of a better person to have as my first guest other than my wonderful friend Aley from Heart and Soul Connected. Yay.
Thanks, Kelly. Thank you so much. Yay.
Well,
and look, I pulled a card. Then we're going to talk about our personal journey. Isn't that amazing? There you go.
Beautiful. That card kind of matches your top. It sort of has that same kind of colors in it. I love it. Very coordinated, Aley.
Oh,
so, here's the thing. The reason why I wanted Aley to join me is because if it wasn't for Aley, I wouldn't be here with the channel. And although there are days when I want to pull my hair out because of the channel, there are so many more positives than anything else. And it has literally changed my life. And so you gave me the platform and the support and the encouragement, and have continued to do that. And I thank you kindly, obviously, for that. And
thank you. Thank you.
So,
you know, I'm glad that it was part of the journey. I'm glad it's part of your journey for however long you do it and however long you enjoy it, because it's important to enjoy what you're doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's say hi to some folks. I don't know where everybody is or whose channel they're in, but we're doing this on both of our channels. Hopefully that doesn't confuse anybody. Teresa Balthazar is in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. NJS55. Yeah. Esther G is in the house. Vivian C. Jan's Free is here.
Hello, Mark. Yeah. So I'll tell you how you can tell where they are. They're actually, most of them are on your channel, because if you see that there is a little, the little thing, that means they're over at my channel. So you've got more people here on your channel, and I think that's fabulous. That's where it needs to be, because this is your show. So I'm glad everybody's here. Yeah.
Well, you're very kind. Sin is in the house. Gerald is here. Laura is here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And Lisa's here. So, friends, it's Friday, April the 21st, and we are here starting this new segment called Dozen Cats Chats. Oh, so creative.
I love it. I love it.
And we are here to talk about Aley's YouTube journey, but of course I will be chiming in because that's what I do. I talk. So we're going to start. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Can I read this thing? Because this is amazing that I pulled this journey card.
Yeah.
It says that we follow what's right with us without needing validation from others. I think that's something we need to think about. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like yours, and yours does not need to look like mine. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough.
Beautiful.
So sometimes we have to remember that we're doing this for ourselves, and when we're dealing with conflicting feelings, it's hard for that to happen. So
yes,
so
that was a really appropriate card. I love
appropriate card. Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Laura. That's very kind of you. I am, if you're asking me if I'm a Gemini, I'm a Leo.
Yes, she's a Leo and I'm a Libra. Yeah, so
I
got to balance everything out.
Samantha is in the house and Ivana is here. Hi, Ivana. Good to see you.
Hi, guys. It's great to have you. Right. Happy Friday night.
It is. It's Friday night, and Aley and I like hanging out on a Friday night. One of our favorite things to do. One of my favorite times with you was our Friday night at the fire pit. That with Gerald. That was so much fun.
Honestly, it was one of the best times, and Gerald really made it for us, didn't he? I mean,
actually, you were in top form that evening.
Rare form.
you were. And it all started with Aley had got the deck of character, and you had thrown some cards because we were doing some card readings, and you threw some cards, and you said, "Okay, Gerald, interpret," right?
Yeah.
And then you just sort of went off on some other direction where we were all of a sudden doing interpretive tarot, and then you said I could do dance tarot. You had to be there, friends. It was a laugh. Gerald says you brought it, Aley.
Well, you guys went along with it, so that was the best. You know, it's funny when you start to do something and people are kind of looking at you like, what are you doing? But when you can just bring something and then other people just pick it up real easily, it's always a pleasure. It really is. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the best parts about being at the fire pit, because there's no, it's like there's no rules, right? We can just kind of do whatever.
That's right.
Hi, Andrea. It's good to see you, my friend. Hi, Ron.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Ron was great.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. I was in his chat last Saturday, and he asked me to come up on the screen, and so we read for many hours. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. Yes.
All right,
good to see you.
Here's my first question for you.
Okay.
When you came to YouTube, did you have a plan in terms of like your channel direction, or like what you wanted to, what your message was?
You know, it's funny because I originally started to do it with my husband, and what is it? Three shows, I think we ended up starting. And, I remember thinking, what the hell am I going to do? I guess I could just talk about stuff I know, because I didn't do cards then really. And then I thought, I think I'll just interview some folks and bring those folks, people, you know. So that's really where it went. It's made some changes now, and it's okay, because I think that one of the most important things when I came to the show was that I wanted to riff, which means I just want to go wherever it takes me.
Right.
And so I feel like that's been what the case is. I didn't want to really plan anything. You know what I mean? I did plan, but not in the long run. How about yourself? What do you think?
Well, for all of you that know that, or for anybody that watched the show that I was on with Aley, I was telling my story of having anxiety panic disorder, and, you know, my healing journey to that point. And the chat, I get so emotional every time I talk about this. This was not how this was supposed to start, friends. I wasn't. Hold on. Sorry. I wasn't supposed to be crying. But the chat was so supportive and so encouraging, and kept saying, like, you need to, you know, start a channel. You have a voice. You have a message that people need to hear. And in that moment when I was on your show, because I had not thought of it before, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And that was my plan. So it wasn't well thought out. by any
Right.
stretch of the imagination. It was not really even in my wheelhouse. I just sort of went with it. And, that is a sort of a nod to the healing journey at that point, because that's not really who I am, right? With my
Yeah.
anxiety, I have to like be very structured and very routine.
Yeah.
I can't
You
really
really jumped. You jumped off a cliff, is what you did.
I can't really
And
fly
yeah,
by the seat of my
there's
pants
nothing
like
to.
that.
There's nothing more. Yeah,
Yeah,
because you were quiet and at home and sequestered, and
yes.
everything was here, and then you jumped off a cliff.
I love this. Look at what Andrea has written. I
Oh,
remember early days, Aley. I saw you as Julie on the Love Boat. You had your finger on the pulse of the community. I love that.
yeah.
I have always said that you are the Barbara Walters of the
Baba
spiritual
Wawa.
community. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Cardamancy. Hi,
Yes,
Lauren. Hi,
Nancy.
Create Love.
Yeah.
Look at everyone who's here. It's so nice to see
Yeah, I'm
you.
so glad everybody's
friends.
visiting with us. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
So
yeah,
I had no plan. But what I did want to do was to come and to talk about my personal experience, because I had two goals really in mind when I started my channel, and that was, number one, to take the shame and the blame out of saying it out loud. I have a mental health disorder. It doesn't define you. It is just, it's like, you have 5 fingers or something, right? And the second thing that I wanted to do was, the chat itself provided me with such a sense of joy and acceptance and belonging and community that I wanted to provide a space where I could try to sort of offer that to others, because the chat is really, not to sound ridiculous, but the chat's where it's at. That literally saved me. And so I
and it continues to save people. I will say that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's like a salve, it's like a bomb.
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt.
No. That's what this is about. Interrupt away. I think it's really important to note that, and I said this many a time on the channel, like, you just say hi to someone in a chat and you literally could change their whole day, their
it's
week.
Recognition. I wasn't a chat like you.
Yeah.
You started in the chat,
yes,
as did a lot of other people, and you felt that community spirit. And for me, I didn't, because I was watching videos of shows that were past.
Yes.
That had already been taped.
Gotcha.
And I whenever I did go to a live, I was ignored. Nobody talked to me. I put a question and never anybody would ever answer it. No, it was really disgusting, and I was disappointed. But it just goes to show me that not everybody's the same. There are places that you go that's very, very different. Yeah. I couldn't understand it, because I don't like to do that. I actually almost feel guilty if I see a question and I don't, I can't answer it or whatever.
100%. Yeah. Well, that brings us to a really, really interesting question, and that is this. And I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that you weren't like a chatter first and then came to YouTube. So my experience being a chatter, watching, the spiritual community on the screen, the people that I followed, versus now having my own channel and being on this side of the screen, and the difference that has made. Yeah. Since you've been a part of the community, since you've started your own channel, when you do go into other people's chats, do you see a difference between what you think is happening on the screen and what happens because you're on the other side of the screen, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I think so. There's some, I don't get a chance, because I'm so busy with school and everything, to go into lots of chats. I try to once in a while. And I want to answer, if somebody says hello, I certainly want to answer hello back and that kind of thing. But I'm not quite sure if I can tell, I guess, maybe when someone's nervous or someone's not Is that what you mean? Is that
Yeah.
what you mean? Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I can. Yeah. Sometimes I can.
Well, we're very good. The human race is really good at being the court of public opinion or judge and jury, whether we mean to be or we don't. Where
Right.
we are like, oh, she's wearing too much makeup. Her background lighting is all messed up. She's got like a piece of fluff on the side of her head, and it's driving me crazy. I just want to reach out to the screen. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
A program.
Mike Pence's fly. Mike Pence had the fly.
Or like, the dog is barking in the background. Like the other day, friends, can we just digress for a moment? I did a show with Nancy Jean yesterday. I put Rosie in her crate, and she went absolutely bananas the entire time she was in the background. It was a lot. So when you're sitting here on this side of the screen, you're like thinking that you are presenting yourself in a good way, but you are concentrating on what you're doing, whether you're talking to your guest or your chat or you're tossing your cards. You have a flow that you develop. Would you not agree with that, Aley? Like you have
definitely. Mm-hmm.
When you're in the chat, you don't have any of the buttons to press. It's just like, hi, I'm here. And like, that's it. That's your part. That, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not that your part isn't important in the chat, but it's a whole other kettle of fish.
Well, a lot of people have said that to me. How can you do this and answer questions and look at the chat at the same time? And it is a challenge. It's a challenge. That's good, Ron. That's good.
Oh, Ron, I love you.
I'll never forget what happened one time. I had Susan Lynn on my channel when we were doing our weekly shows at the time. And Susan's like, somebody's knocking at my door, but it's Sunday. No one knocks at my door. I'm going to ignore it. And then she continues in this person's, and then she hears them jiggling the knob. And she's like, I got to handle this. I got to go off and handle it. And they wanted to deliver a washing machine or something, but they didn't tell her they were coming, and she sent them away.
Wow.
But I thought to myself, wouldn't it have been awful if you see these two moving guys coming in with a washing, because you can't do anything about those things when you're here and you're in the middle of a live show. Yeah,
exactly. You really can't. You really can't. Yeah. I was live when we first got Rosie. I think it was when we got Rosie. Maybe it was before that. No, it must have been before that. And I heard a crash out in the living room. And I was like, oh, like there was no way I could have hid that because I reacted. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I have to go. And I felt horrible. Like, I don't like to do that to my guests, but I was like, oh, gotta go. And anyways, luckily the lamp fell off of the table. It didn't fall off. It was pushed off by somebody, not mentioning any names, Quincy. Anyway.
That's funny. Yeah.
Andrea says this kind of forum provides the opportunity to watch self and others move between 3D and higher dimensions. True.
If you have to live in this dimension and actually project, we have to do 3D stuff in a 5D mind.
Yes, that's
like the chat and yeah,
that's a really valid point. By the way, if anyone has any questions, like burning questions that you've always wanted to know, feel free to post them. Not saying we're going to answer them, but you can feel free to post them. So you didn't really have a plan per se, but you had sort of like a general overview, a summary of what you thought you were going to do, and how has the plan changed for you? Like, do you like the direction that it's gone? Did it go in an unexpected direction?
Yeah, I'm liking Nothing Lasts Forever, as we saw with our other channel that we did for a long time, Circle of Friends. And it wasn't, we didn't break it up because of any animosity or any problems or anything.
I still love you and you still love me. That's the
absolutely. And I think sometimes people think, oh, what happened? Because that can happen.
Absolutely.
But I like the different collabs that I have, and then how that shifts and things I'm doing. And now the newest thing is I am myself having a podcast. It's a podcast that will be with Ann Simpson. She's a professor, or not, she isn't. She's a doctorate of education. She and I are going to do some work together, and it's going to be more like academic versus spiritual. So that's good. And I love that.
I like
And
that.
I don't care which direction it really goes. Some days, though, some days are discouraging, and I know you felt that way as well.
Oh,
So,
100%.
yeah.
Hi, Nancy. I started your question. Hi, Linda, by the way. So my plan has completely changed since I started. I mean, totally. It's like off the rails changed.
But you are very creative, Kelly.
Well, thank you.
You've got to know that. You really are. You had to come up with some great ideas.
Thank you. I love that part, that I am able to tap into that sort of, you know, thing that I have where I can express my creativity, changing, you know, different spreads around or creating spreads or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. All my little posters that I make and my little commercials, like I love that. And I love to be that I can do that, because that was unexpected. That wasn't something that I really.
And you learned a lot about making different. Well, your intro, for instance.
Yes.
You know, you did a lot of canvas stuff. I love that.
Yeah. I think the thing that surprised me more than anything was the cards and my connection. I didn't know that.
Blow you away. Yeah. And you've been told by many people. Wow. Honestly. Yeah.
And what I think is really interesting about that is I fought it for the longest time. Anyone who watches me or has watched me from the beginning knows that I sat there many a night and went, well, that's just the funniest coinky dink isn't it? That, you know, you said that and then that card popped up. Look at that. When I learned to trust it, my whole outlook, my whole experience, and my whole sort of channel changed.
Confidence. You had more confidence. Yeah.
Well, I feel like my anxiety has, these are my words, when I look back, had held me hostage for a very long time. That was the fear, my fear, that held me hostage. But learning to trust myself through the cards and through spirit and the channeling of spirit through the cards has done something that was totally unexpected. And I hate to admit that I didn't catch on right away, but I didn't. And it has brought so many wonderful things into my view. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It was an amazing process.
That's right. And it's you were open to it. You were ready for it. You were ready for something new. And once you got your own self out of the way, and allowed spirit to come in, it did.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. Vivian says, this process of awakening, how difficult this can be. It definitely can be difficult, but but difficult not to, this is just me speaking, and we'll let Aley answer, but difficult, but beautiful. You know, because it's like very much a domino effect in a very positive way. And I don't know how many domino effects happen in a positive way or the outcome is positive. But one thing clicks and the next thing clicks and another thing clicks. And before you know it, you're like, oh my God, like who knew that this could be even a possibility? And I just sort of feel like literally you're standing there looking at a rainbow. And you're not looking for the pot of gold. You're just looking at the colors.
You're enjoying the beauty of
that kind of joy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. That's a beautiful explanation, honestly.
Every once in a while. Thank you, Shannon. Yeah. She says, cute kitten in the back. I have 3 cats. That was Quincy that you saw. Austin is right here beside me. I'm not sure where Charlotte is at. Now, what about you, Aley, in terms of, did you always know that you were connected, with the cards and I mean, what you do with the mediums? I've heard many mediums say that you're more psychic than they think that they are. So Did you know that coming in, or is that something that you've developed?
No, I knew the knowledge, let's put it that way, but I did not take the action.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, totally.
I've always liked the tarot, but I don't feel pulled to it.
Right.
But if you held up your cards and talked about them, I'd say, yeah, that's, yeah. But my oracles really, and they didn't have that when I was younger. They didn't have these oracle cards like they do now. And of course I have 6 billion of them, but I knew I had something, but I think the thing that really resonated with me was way back in 1985, I was told that I would not come into my own psychically with the 11th house until I was older, and that I would be working from home and helping people. And I thought, how the hell am I going to be doing that? Well, I don't have to have people come to the house.
Right.
They come to the show, but we didn't know about internet and all that.
We didn't know that was even a possibility.
No, that was going to be possible
back in the day.
Yeah. So when I reflected on that, and I thought, oh my God, this is what it is. Because I remember my husband saying he wanted a job where he could live where he worked.
Yes.
Because he wanted to have a chiropractor's office next door to where, our house.
Right.
Instead, what he got was we got an apartment in a storage building, and we worked for the storage company.
Right.
And that wasn't what he wanted. But so that tells me you got to be so careful for what you ask for, because, you're going to get it one way or the other.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that that brings me to the next point and a couple of the comments here.
Sure.
When you join YouTube, this is me talking, and I've said this many times. You can't deny that YouTube is what YouTube is in terms of how it operates, the algorithms, and why I would go out on a limb and say half of the people on YouTube are here. And there is in my opinion, there should be no shade, no shame, no judgment placed on anyone who is trying to make a living or create a business or build a brand on YouTube, because the platform has enabled you to do that. I don't care if you're selling refrigerators or you are standing outside the Buckingham Palace filming the King's Guard on horse, which is a thing, by the way. I watch it all the time. It's fascinating, friends. Or you're doing tarot cards. If you are authentic and you are genuine in your message, meaning that it comes from a good place,
right?
You should not have to deal with judgment that, like, for example, spiritual people shouldn't ask for money. Spiritual people shouldn't charge money. In my opinion, it is a gift. It is a gift that I have, no different than if I was a lawyer and my legal mind is my gift. It's a thing. It's a service, right?
Sure. I understand.
And so that's how I feel about it. And so I don't feel badly. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel
I understand.
Badly. I try to reconcile that, because if I was to walk into this feeling judgment against it, I think that I would feel like I was doing something wrong. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of spiritual people have an issue with this particular topic.
Right.
But they always say that an energy exchange is important for everything.
Yes.
And energy is money, energy is love, energy is whatever it is. It is an energy exchange.
Yeah. Chris, just
but I have to say though that I think if you want to channel here, that don't make the first point that you want to make money.
No, 100%.
Because if you don't, you're just going to be disappointed, and actually you're going to be angry because you're not getting what you want. Well, and so I think that needs to be said.
That leads me to the next thing where I was going to go, and that is, it is real, friends, when you show up here at YouTube, because we've all seen those people. I don't care what channel it is that you follow. It doesn't have to be tarot cards. It could be, anything.
Right.
And they've got 500,000 subscribers and they show up. It's like the Facebook highlight reel, right? They look like they're
Right.
living their best life, and you only ever
Sure.
see the new car, the new house, the new top, or the trip that they just went on. And it's not real. You don't look at a 15-minute video and think, my God, that probably took an hour and a half to put that together with the editing and the how many takes it took, or, someone came to the door with a washing machine and delivered it and you had to stop it. You don't think about those things when you're watching a video. And it's not, for anyone that has started a channel, it is not easy. And when I say that it's not easy, I don't mean that it's hard. It's just there's a lot of work that goes into it.
There is.
And that should not be discounted. So I guess my point is, you show up, you've decided I want to start a channel, right? You've invested money, whether it be in your cards, your camera, your StreamYard, your internet, new desk, new chair, whatever. I mean, I'm probably in, Mark, cover your ears, honey. Love you. I'm probably in about $4,000 at this point, because I didn't have any cards or anything when I started, right? And literally, like, my computer crapped out. I had no chair. I had to start all over. And so my point is, I'm invested. So for me to show up here and not be my authentic self and not be genuine seems like kind of silly. And I have not made any money because my channel isn't monetized. Now, people have been kind and given me some donations along the way and booked private readings, and that has helped me a great deal, and I'm very grateful for that. Please don't stop. And but if you, for anyone who comes thinking that they're gonna, like, it's a what's the phrase, like a get rich quick sort of idea.
No. But Anne has a point here. She says it's so incredibly important, and she's the lady that we're going to do the podcast.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, she's wonderful. She says it's important we don't lose sight of the fact that we're being of service to others. That's our spiritual purpose. Yes. So, and I have to say that I have had so many beautiful people that have written to me, emailed me, written in the chat. And but I agree with you that we don't have to say that, it isn't, you don't have to give an energy exchange. Sometimes my energy exchange, though, is the love that I feel. 100%. So it's really 100%. And I know you have had those times. Absolutely.
I mean, I have. I mean, so we were talking about Susan Lynn earlier. Susan Lynn was kind enough to be on my show. I just adore her. And she was just on not too long ago. And it's gonna make me cry. I don't like that emotional hot blanket over here.
It's all right. It's all right. It's the energy.
It is. I don't know. Well, you make me feel safe, so I feel like I'm comfortable. I can say things that I probably wouldn't say otherwise. But anyhow, so she was here. We had the great show, and afterwards, I asked her something, and then I said, thank you so much. I really appreciate her taking time out of her busy schedule, especially on a Sunday, to be here. And she said, you're the real deal, Kelly. You come from your heart. And I was like, wow, thank you so much. That was so kind.
Yeah.
And then
we need to feel seen. We need to feel seen, Kelly.
100%. And then someone put a comment under that video. And the comment was that so far, I mean, this isn't verbatim, but so far in their healing journey, this was the most informative, or that video was the most informative video that she had seen so far, the questions and the answers. And I sent that to Susan Lynn and said, thank you again. And look at this lovely comment. And she said, you are making a big difference. Keep doing what you're doing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I didn't appreciate the validation and the compliment.
No, you should. It's a part of the energy exchange.
Right. But because it is from her, we're not friends. We're friendly. We're not friends, but we're friendly.
Right.
I don't know her. She doesn't really know me. She was kind enough just to share the space with me. And the fact that she felt compelled or whatever to say that to me. I mean, friends, I was on cloud 9 for like 6 days. You know what I mean? It was such an important thing for her to say, and I needed it in that moment. And
Sure.
I think that is one of the biggest unexpected surprises of having a channel, when you have those moments that happen, whether it's someone in the chat or someone that you're working with, someone that you've emailed or someone that's emailed you. I literally just got an email the other day, and I hope the person's not in the chat because I don't want to embarrass them, but it was like this whole long email telling me how great they're doing and everything is wonderful. And I'm busy. And I was like, I don't know who it is because they didn't say.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Anne's right.
No.
You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. And even if you help one person.
Right. I was trying to find the name because I wanted to
Sure.
Anyways, I'm like, I think I know who this is. And so I wrote back. And they sent back an email and went like, laugh out loud. I probably should have said that. And I thought, you know what? It's not even, it's not that it's not important who it is. It's the fact that you wrote me and told me that I have made a difference and that you were seeing a benefit.
We all need the validation. It isn't like we want to suck people dry, but that's a validation.
I've never done a reading for that person. I've never, you know what I mean? Like that's just.
So you've done a reading maybe in the chat. Yeah, maybe that's like what it is.
And I just, I mean, to be a part of someone's journey like that, I mean, my God, if I don't do anything else in my life and I've just done that, I can go to sleep at night with a full sort of
absolutely.
Feeling. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Thomas.
Yeah.
Hi, Anne. Hi, Mary. My goodness. Okay, Anne, Scott. Oh, hi, Beverly. Hi, Jay. I am woefully behind. Okay, so Andrea said, perhaps intention is the key and showing up in service. It is a dicey place one has to be aware of in working with or for individuals. Asking, empowerment, and inclusion are essential.
True. That's true. Yeah.
Anne says, I'm trying to find Anne's comment here. I seen my name. Kelly, that means you are meant to be doing that and doing this. If it reaches just one person, wow, what a gift you've given her. Incredible. Thank you, Anne. That's very kind of you to say. Gerald, okay, Lisa says, Gerald, I don't understand the editing part with some of these shows. I figure some are what I watch. Immediate responses from Jamie. So that's a conversation that we missed.
I suck. I don't do editing. You've probably all noticed that. You know, if the dog barks, you're gonna hear it, you know.
Me neither. Mary Thornberry, we spread love by genuine compliment, truth, and lifting up we all need.
Absolutely. Mary's very good at that herself.
Yes, she is.
Very nice. She's wonderful.
Anne says, and that cloud 9 is exactly justifiably deserved and beautiful. Shannon's, that was sweet. It is nice to be seen and receive supportive words. It is. I mean, listen, when we're tossing cards in the chat and someone says that resonates, that makes sense, spot on.
Yeah. Those nice to know it makes sense. Yeah.
They totally matter because, you know, we're putting our trust in you to tell us whether we're on or we're not.
Yeah. Are you crazy or it must be somebody else.
Yeah. Thomas says we all crave validation, even our guides. That's why I practice gratitude. And you know, that's a great point that Thomas makes. Lisa says meeting Mark the Spirit Whisperer, so delightful too, learning someone speaks to animals. 100%.
I know. Yep.
Kathy Cat says, what's Kelly's channel? My channel is, drum roll please. I'm kidding. I want to get a drum roll. I need to find
that. I didn't put it in the information yet. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What, are you slacking or what?
I'm slacking. I am. Yeah.
Here is my channel for anyone that is interested. For anyone who doesn't know who Aley's channel is, here is her link.
Okay.
Look at me, because I've got a whole list copied and pasted all ready to go. I am my own moderator. I'm joking.
Yeah, we're simulcasting if you don't get what's going on, because sometimes you won't see comments somebody made because they're on my channel. So yeah, Just so you guys know. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I wanted to sort of go from there is the point that I'm making is that when anyone starts a channel and you hear them say, don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of those kind of things, it's not because we're trying to sort of, hit someone over the head with a stick to drum something into them. It is because we are told here by multiple sources, and it changes sometimes on the hour, how the algorithms here at YouTube work for entertainment purposes only. That if you have 100 subscribers, and if you do a video that has 50 views, and if you get 10 thumbs up and 10 comments under that video is going to do better in terms of if someone was to search for your content than if someone has a channel with 3,000 subscribers, a video that has 150 views but no thumbs up and no comments. And I can't swear to that.
Their algorithms are very, very odd, and we don't really, we're not thinking about the money part of it or even the ego part. We want more people, blah, blah, blah. It's that it just keeps dipping and flowing and dipping and flowing, and it's a little frustrating.
It's very frustrating because we're human, and you think, what did I do something wrong? People are resonating with me. I've done a show for a year on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, and I always have an audience. And so now everyone knows Tuesday night at 4, this is when, Fred goes live. And all of a sudden Fred shows up on a Tuesday at 4 and there's literally like no one there. And you sort of look at it and go, okay, did something go wrong? Did I not promote it? Did I not, did I not like say it enough? Did I not put out, you know what I mean? Like you immediately start to go down that path of,
what did I do wrong?
Well,
but it isn't. It isn't always. It has nothing to. There are some people that are just not going to like your content or you or whatever, and that's the way it is. But yeah.
Oh, and you know what? Can I just say, for anybody that doesn't know, right? And I don't know if this bothers you or not, Aley. We've never discussed this before, but I don't know if it bothers you or not, but when you join up, like on StreamYard, what we're seeing right now. So I've got like a screen with my own little picture on it, my own little backdrop. And then I've got like myself and Aley on the screen. And right above it, it says live, and it's counting down. It's like a clock timer. And then beside that, it has an eyeball with the numbers. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that tells you how many people are watching.
Mm-hmm.
Now, requiring total honesty. And Ron, I know this has probably happened to you too. So you're sitting there and you're doing your show and you've got like, I don't know, 30 people watching, right? And you're like, this is good. Like I'm feeling it. I'm in the zone. Things are happening, like things are happening, right? And then all of a sudden it's like 10. You're like, oh, what happened? Have you ever had that where the number just goes like?
Well, it happens if you end up going. That's why sometimes I like to stop at an hour, because at that hour, new shows are coming on and maybe people want to leave or whatever. Yeah. And it will go from maybe, 30 people to 12.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. And I also know that's why I keep my show short, that people get even my students get bored after about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I recognize that unless you change things up. Yep. We're gonna do our synchronized swimming moves.
Yes. And she's trying to bring the synchronized. I don't know. Maybe you were a synchronized swimmer in a past life or something. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, as you navigate, YouTube, whether you're in a chat or behind the screen, we all need to be kind to each other, because everyone that is here, this is my opinion, everyone that is here on YouTube is either trying to make a living, support themselves and their family, they are trying to deal with a past trauma, a hurt. They're trying to educate, like they're here for a reason, and you're watching for a reason. And so hopefully those two can be combined in a positive experience.
Yeah.
You know, I say all the time, I don't know if I can do this
I know.
forever, because it can get really tough. Like when I used to do my Achieving Wellness talks, and I would show up every week and talk about those really difficult things. I mean, sometimes I'd cry my eyes out when I was done, because the things that people were sharing were so deep and so personal and so intense. And it took a lot out of us all to sort of make that happen. And it sometimes was really heavy. And I think about the healing that could have occurred, or the possibility of healing that could have occurred in those moments. And I'm grateful for those moments, but it made it difficult sometimes to come back and be like, okay, I'm ready. Do you know what I mean? It made I felt less resilient sometimes than I was prior to those difficult topics, if that makes sense.
Sure. And I think Andrea's right. COVID and Donald Trump basically drove us to the internet, drove us here.
Yeah.
And I know that people have a lot of multiple channels that they like to watch. And now it's, you know, we don't have to be stuck in the house. And of course, spring is sprung and people have things to do. So, you know, those comments are here. And I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know, would I want to watch 6,000 shows if I could go out and it was sunny, it was beautiful, I'd want to be outside. So
yeah,
I totally understand. I totally understand. Yeah.
All right. I've gone on enough. I want to ask this question here. What is the most positive part of your YouTube experience to this point, do you think, Aley?
Oh my God. It's finding all these people sort of like mind, and they're and you know, being I put friends because we're not in physical, but that doesn't bother me. It's like I have friends here and they're my friends. They're my real friends. And you know, I think the problem I have is that I always said I'll never retire because I can't afford to retire.
Right.
But once I started doing this, I don't want to teach anymore.
Right.
I mean, here, okay.
Yes.
But the load that I've been carrying for the last 25 years is exhausting. I'm sick of it because I can get really bored of the same thing over and over, and not necessarily shows, but those stop sometimes too. So I would say that
this is where you find your joy.
This is my joy. This is my total joy.
I mean,
this is
beautiful.
Isn't work. Yeah. It really is.
That really is wonderful that you have found your joy in the community that you have created within this community. I love that for you. That's so wonderful. I mean, can't you know, don't we wish that for everyone?
Everyone, that they find something that they love that they can do and really just look forward to waking up in the morning. And
you know, because passion really is where it's at, which reminds me, that's going to be another little topic, just like exclusive that you just heard there. But, you know, when you have that passion to do or to talk or to teach about whatever it is or to share, it really resonates because I think people feel it, you know, they see it, they feel it. I love that. Yes, I seen your post, Lisa, with the chickens.
Lisa's amazing. It's like this park she goes by, and everybody dumps animals there.
Yeah.
And maybe you should put a sign up: "Come down the road to this address and just give them to me."
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I think that, you know, I've had so many positive experiences here. On YouTube. I think that my most positive, completely unexpectedly, was the amount of support that I have received from the people in the chat, like my subscribers. That was unexpected. Because it's my life and it doesn't seem that exciting. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't realize that many people would want to, sort of share that journey with me. And it turns out I was completely wrong. So that was,
we all want to be heard. We don't have to be the one that talks all the time, but we do want to be heard. And, and we do have to listen. And I think that sometimes we forget that. I remember thinking that sometimes instead of really listening, we're planning on what we were going to say. And it's just something that happens as a human, but sometimes there are profound things said and written over here in the chat that blow me away.
It's true.
Blows me away. Yeah.
Mark says that this is my husband. If anyone is interested in cars, this is his channel. Knowing you have made a difference, whether it's a comment in chat or an email, definitely makes it worth it.
It does.
Well said, my friend. Having a supportive family or husband like I do.
Yes, that's very important for you, and he is fabulous.
Well, what's really cool, and I'm very, I'm beyond blessed with this, but like everyone in the community knows my husband. My husband goes into Ron's chat, your chat, Bob's chat, Fred's chat, Gerald's chat, whatever, and says hi, and he really supports
he does
the whole thing, and I'm very, very, very lucky.
You are
to have that, because I couldn't do it without him.
Or take care of Rosie if you want to get on and relax a little bit, Yeah.
Poor Rosie. So, right. And the last thing that I want to say when it comes to the positive part of YouTube, I think just there's this really cool thing that I can't really explain, that when you, and I want to say this too, that listen, friends, don't think that there's not any drama, because there's drama for real. we're just gonna leave it there. But there are these beautiful moments when you meet someone, like Aley, or like Gerald, or like
I mean, everybody's very special.
Ron, and you get to share this experience and this energy and this experience with them. And like Ben from Beneficial Tarot, everyone knows that, like, he makes me giggle like I'm 4 years old and I don't even know what I'm doing. I mean, and Gerald was on a show with Ben and Richie from Longmere Tarot.
Oh, those guys.
I popped into the chat, and then all of a sudden Ben had his finger up at the thing, and everybody was like, what is going on? And it's just like, I can't explain it. And it just, it's love. It's happiness. It's joy.
Family.
That was so unexpected for me. That part was really unexpected. And I mean, what a positive impact it has made on my life.
Yeah.
And you know what else? This chat. I don't need to go into it, but I sort of showed up today not feeling the greatest, and this chat has really helped me to remember the positives of this experience.
Thank you.
I really appreciate
I'm glad that's true. I'm so glad that's true.
Because
we love you, we appreciate you, and we don't want to lose until you're ready to go for whatever reason, because we don't have to always stay somewhere. But right now, I think it's beneficial for you, and beneficial Tarot is here,
Right. Gerald says Ben had his finger up the what, Kelly? Yep. Yep. Okay, so the last question that I want to ask you, Aley, if you could start another channel on any other topic or any other platform, what do you think it would be about?
Well, it's interesting you asked the question, because Anne and I were going back and forth about whether we should have like a podcast channel just for that. And I was told by Irish Granny that when you start a channel, they don't let you go more than 15 minutes until you're kind of vetted with them now. It's different than it was when we started. Whether or not that I don't know how that really works, because she was sort of secondhand because she and Denise are doing it.
Right.
But I really love Ann and I just had that discussion, and we just said, I said, I would love to do something with somebody that believes the things I do. And also it's the balance of intellect and intuition.
Right.
And I would like to talk about some topics like that. And
Yeah.
she's a researcher and I am. So that would be it. And I'm doing it, but I'm just doing it on this heart and soul.
I love it. Well, that's what this is about. This is about, like, I've got things that I want to say that don't necessarily fit into a plan or a whole show. There's people that I want to talk to because I want to, get your take or your opinion on things. And then there's other things that I might jump on my soapbox because I do have one. I got that from my father. That's his fault. I inherited it.
I have noticed, Kelly, that when you come to talk,
yes,
and you've done it before, people stay.
Yeah,
they stay and they listen and they interact and everything. I don't know that there's anybody else that can just do that because everybody always wants a reading or something. I don't know. You've got the gift.
To say.
So yeah.
Communication is not my issue, is what she's saying.
Well, no, as a Leo, you've got your lion mane out there, but that doesn't mean you'd be able to do it effectively if you weren't good at what you were doing. Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that one of the great things about YouTube, because I don't want it to sound negative at all. One of the great things about YouTube is you literally can come here and you can do pretty much anything that you want and find yourself in a community of people that could share that interest with you or learn something from what you're doing. And I think that's beautiful.
Yep, it really is. Kindness and Light, you started doing a YouTube channel and you get commercials?
That's interesting.
I don't know what you get them in your chat or in your below in the comments. I don't know.
That's Lisa Rhodes, and I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean like there's like ads playing for your channels, or like while your channel is running?
Oh, if you're going for the monetization, I will tell you this: that if you click for too many ads to show up, people are going to go, forget it. Yeah, and I know because I've done that with some news shows. Every 2 minutes they're interrupting with an ad, so I only really click 2, and I'm glad I do because I don't. An ad is fine, but not 16 ads.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's just videos. Okay.
Yeah, it's annoying for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 2 questions. That we started. Let us do Shannon first.
All right. Ooh, that's so exciting, Shannon. I think I remember you telling us that you were going to apply to that, unless it's a different job. Oh my God. Yeah, it's on replay. That's right, Ron. Yeah.
I gotta get cards out. What? Kelly wasn't prepared. That's right, friends.
Oh, Mary's so funny. She says it's sort of like we all live in are the 2 young souls living in a fishbowl year after year. Pink Floyd, and now we found our school.
Right?
You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat. How can you have? Yeah, it is the free. Honey, are you all right? There's no bones in the water, honey. All right, take it easy. Take it easy. Oh, Ann, you got a yes? Okay, good. I'm feeling good about it, too.
Yep.
Thing that I'm worried about, and I'm not worried about it, but it's very expensive to live there. I hope that it's a good paying job. That's all. All right, so I got this. I'm going to go ahead and go, and then Kelly will. I got a puzzle piece. It looks like it might be a little bit of a challenge. Thanks, Jay Marcus. God bless you. A little bit of a challenge for you. You're getting your puzzle pieces put together. And that's anytime you move. But if you're going to move over to Hawaii, holy macaroni, you're going to have to ship all your stuff unless you just decide that you don't want to take it all with you. So I'm thinking that's what it is. But it looks like it's a fluid situation. And I would say if you've got the tentative, be in the flow. And it says acceptance on the card. So I would accept it. And look, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I think that you will have money-making moves. You'll be career focused. But remember, you want to be sure you have enough money to live there as well. So, make sure that they're going to help you move over there. They're going to pay you right. And, but it looks good with cha-ching at the end.
Yeah. Okay. I've got the 5 of air. Now, this is energy coming into this situation, right? So this is about like the adult chess game, overanalyzing, every step, which of course makes sense in terms of, this is a big deal. It's a big move, big opportunity, but don't really go down the path of second guessing yourself to the point of talking yourself out of something, right? Because that is disastrous. We have the 5 of water. Feeling like this is sort of like right now, sort of feeling like something's out of whack. Like the offer is, I don't know how to articulate this. Like the offer is good, but it's not as good as you need it to be or want it to be or hoped that it would be. Right? Like if it was just a little bit more, then there would be like no guesswork. It would be like done, gone, packing my bags tomorrow. We have the Knight of Cups or the Knight of Water coming out as your outcome card. And so I feel like you're very sensitive about this right now, approaching this from a standpoint of like the idea of living in Hawaii and it just like, ooh, it's euphoria.
Sure.
But that's not really the case. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about opportunities and new possibilities. So you're very much in your head about it, which you should be, but not to the point of detrimenting the success of the possibility. And so I want to encourage you to not live in the outcome, live in the journey, right?
Yep.
If that makes sense. And the oracle card that I pulled is the Phoenix.
Oh, she's going to rise from the ashes.
Okay. And it says, be prepared to be renewed after a period of trouble, which means that's why you're getting like the chess and the 5 of air and the 5 of water. Like this is very, sort of like you're having a battle in your head kind of thing. Like, should I, shouldn't I, shouldn't I, do I, don't I, that kind of thing. After you settle that, you're going to be fine.
She says it's pending approved bonuses. So I can see that back and forth. And that's where that finance card came in for me. Yeah. She's needing them. She needs to know she's got the bonuses coming. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's a great suggestion Andrea had, perhaps asking spirit guides to begin the networking, even as you think about the possibility. It's a great idea. All right. We move on to Nancy, and that will be our last question. Will I be able to conceive this year, working on my pelvic health to have a vaginal overall health?
Okay.
Healthy pregnancy.
Instead of did you already have a cesarean before? Okay. So you're working on it, because I know that they'll allow you to try it if everything's okay. But if not, they're gonna basically say nope. But let's see what we can find out for you, Nancy. I sure wish you well on this.
Absolutely. Shannon says, amazing feedback. I need a fresh start and renewal. I have overanalyzed this. You're spot on. Thank you. I wish you.
It is just gorgeous there. It is. It's lovely.
I think it's going to work out just fine for you as long as you allow yourself to enjoy every step of the process.
Right.
And Lisa is saying thank you to Mark. There's so many great tarot readers. I can't compete with them, so I narrow it down to just a general once a week video. You're not competing with anybody. You're doing your own thing, and you are shining your light the only way that you know how. And we have to believe that if people are meant to come, they will find us.
Give it time, kindness and light.
Yes.
There are great ones, but if you're interested in it, then you too are great. Don't denigrate yourself, because it's the confidence, and it takes time. It takes time to get that. Listen, and some days I think, what am I doing? So.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get to a certain level. Some of us achieve it faster than others. Doesn't mean that you're better or you're not as good. You're resonating with different people. Just keep plugging away and stay positive about the messages and what you're doing. Let all
right,
the other stuff work out. Sorry.
Oh my God, Nancy, wait till you see what I got.
Wow, I just had like 12 cards drop.
I got the egg.
Come on.
And it says fertility.
Look
at that. And it says the potential, a new life is emerging and changes around the corner, Nancy. Wow. Nothing could be more perfect than that.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Well, I can't compete with an egg, but you know what I got? This is like Go Fish. I apologize, Nancy. Very unprofessional, but like Go Fish. I got a nest. So I got the bird's nest. You got the egg. I mean, hello.
Yeah. And eggs are in birds' nests. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I got the second card I got was the steering wheel, and it says you are wanting to control this, and you are, because you're working on your health, and you're in the driver's seat. What you're doing, oh my God, just have patience. You're in the driver's seat. Wow. Woo-hoo. You be quiet. It's not time yet. I know. Scold. Oh my God.
Would you like to do a reading, April Joy?
No, this one here is Caramel. And
that's Caramel. I'm sorry.
Me after an hour is gone.
Yeah.
April Joy bolted at the haircut lady, the groomer, and got her eyelid clipped. She's the one that I accidentally almost cut her tongue off that time. Remember? Oh my God.
It's not fun games, friends. This is when I start out with Nancy. So I've got the Devil. So this implies that you've been having some issues, right? Some stuff going on. Following that, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is patience, right? Waiting for everything that you're working towards to come into being, right? This is the pregnancy, right? We've got the Sun card. Literally all of these cards fell out at the same time, right? We've got the Sun card. This is the Yes card in Tarot. This is joy. This is blessings. I can't think of something that's more joyous or more of a blessing.
Right.
We have the Strength card as the outcome, tapping into your inner courage and your perseverance. Again, sort of lending itself to that patience. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Swords. As I said, the Four of Swords is a moment, and you're in that moment right now where you need to sort of remove yourself from not the situation, like you're not walking away from it, but you're just taking a moment. You know what I mean? You're just taking a moment. It's like you're going to the kitchen to get a snack on a commercial. It's that kind of a thing. And you're going to do some things that bring you joy, some things that make you feel good, a bubble bath, light some candles, buy yourself some flowers, go for a walk in the park. You're going to love yourself up and lift your vibration so that the sun comes out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have that patience card at the end, and that says, slow down. Remember, I didn't write this card. This is what slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. Right? There's always a way to look at something from half empty to half full.
That's very true.
Right. And
you are going to be an adored, your baby is going to be adored. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Adoration.
Look at that card. It's gorgeous.
And there's the couple.
Aww.
There's the couple conceiving.
Blessings.
Looks really good, Nancy. Looks good.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I know that Caramel wants to go. I did see Pooja pop in here, and I think that she put something in. Just maybe like one card. Is November 2023 a good opportunity for her to clear her exams?
Okay.
Let me.
I'm going to pull one of my when cards. WHEN.
Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Huh.
All right, Pooja, I get here. You're going to hear news soon. So I'm thinking that you're going to find out for sure whether it would be a good time. And what do you have? Intuition. Follow your intuition.
And
you know,
like it's like you if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just
we
saying,
just don't trust our own knowing. We don't trust the knowing that we have. Right?
Because it goes to that patience thing. Like we want to know so that we can let go of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that you can do about it anyway. So in the power of that statement, I did the best that I could. It's up to the universe now. You know what I mean? Like I've
let it go.
Cards on the table, and I need to like walk away and celebrate the achievement of getting to the point that you're at right now. Anticipate the positivity of the results, but don't put all your eggs in that basket, because no matter what the results are, you still got to that point, and that deserves celebration.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
All right, my friends, this has been most fun. Aley, do you have anything that you would like to say before you go, my darling?
Nope. The only thing I want to say is Ann and I are going to be taping our first show because we're only going to be taping them for the beginning. We're not, And next week I got Kelly coming on my channel on Monday, and we're going to just fling some cards. So how about
some cards? It's a card fling.
It's a card fling.
Thank you so much for being here, Aley. I really, really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully you can come back and we'll discuss some other topics. Hopefully you guys in the chat felt that this was informative, helpful, or you just had some fun. On Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, it is my last Sunday Connections show. We will be joined by the wonderful and fantastic Terry at Holding Your Space. We are doing basically like a meditation 101 beginners crash course, everything that you needed to know and then some about meditation. So I hope that you can tune in for that. And then on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I believe I'm on with Gerald, Richie, and Ben on Gerald's channel. And then at 6 p.m., I'm on with Aley.
Yeah, there you go. Pooja, we just read for you the last one.
Yeah, we just did it for you, love. Yeah. Everybody, thank you so much for popping in. Thank you for hanging out with us. Please do make sure that you give us a thumbs up on both channels. That would be lovely. If you're not already subscribed to either one of us, that would also be very much appreciated. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. The weekend.
Thank you, Kelly.
Up and Aley.
Thanks, everybody.
I love you. Thank you very much for being here. All right. Night, everyone. Blessings.
Bye-bye. You were pissed.